Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. How is everyone doing today? Today is Thursday, October 23rd, and I am Liz Philippone, and I am going to be talking about small wins on busy days. All right. So I'm super excited to be sharing this topic with you. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like button. I would love that. Say hi. And subscribe. And remember, there's like this little bell in the right-hand corner of the screen when you're watching, especially if you're watching the replay. You can hit that and get notifications every time I'm going live or I post something, that kind of a thing. So every time you like, or even on my Facebook group, every time you like my videos and interact, it gets more exposure. What can I say? That's how it all works. Okay. So let's get started. I am going to jump into this. And of course, before I jump into it, I'm just checking to see if everything is working properly. If, yeah. Facebook seems to be taking its time right now. So I'm just going to reload that. Okay, having some technical issues with that. Okay, I'm just going to keep going because I don't know what just happened with my my Facebook is not connecting very well to my live stream. I don't know what is going on there. So I'm just going to have to bag that and just keep going. Oh, actually, before I bag it, let me just message everybody that they can head over to my YouTube channel. Yeah, sorry for the delay, everybody. I appreciate your patience. I'm just going to share my channel here. There we go. All right, having tech issues on Facebook. Watch here. Whoops. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so sorry about that, everybody. So thank you so much for watching. Okay, that went through. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Let me just go right into it just because we had a little bit of delay time. So I'm going to talk about small wins on busy days. This is when life gets busy, right? When life gets busy, something always slips. And it's usually the thing that helps us the most. Thinking of those different self-care activities that we do. And usually it's movement, right? Sometimes it's not because we feel like we're moving. But I mean more for like movement in terms of that, that movement that's going to help refresh you, help you with your health goals, relieve some stress. Okay, and that's just one example because I talk movement all the time. But it's those things, right? Like, so maybe you're juggling work, family, and wellness, right? You're trying to do it all and you're juggling it and juggling it and juggling it. And when things get really, really busy, usually our wellness is what goes. So I'm just going to put the movement piece under the wellness umbrella because we all have different health goals. We all have reasons why we want to do the things we want to do because they're going to get us somewhere. They're going to make us feel a certain way as we get somewhere. We want a specific results. All right. So today I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about how to stay consistent with movement, but I don't want it just to be applied to just movement. I want it to be applied to other steps, habits, things that you are doing for your goals. And even when you're short on time and energy or motivation, it will all help. Okay, so if you are in my Facebook group, and I'm going to do this more in my YouTube channel, But if you're on my Facebook group and on my email newsletter, I posted a poll. And if you're not on my newsletter and you're on YouTube right now watching this, go to my channel, my main channel page. I'll also post it in the description below. Sign up for my newsletter. Stay connected, and you'll get these polls weekly. I do a weekly poll because I want to hear more from you. I want to know what's going on with you. When life gets busy, here's the poll. When life gets busy, what's the first healthy habit that slips for you? Exercise, eating well, sleep, or stress relief? If you already answered that in email or Facebook poll, either way, share it in the comments. I want to hear it. I want to hear, I want to hear it. Okay, so that's exercise, eating well, sleep, or stress relief. I'm just going to briefly touch on each one of these. So exercise. We tell ourselves we'll start again on Monday, right? Life gets busy, our exercise slips. That's me. I'm one of those. I would say like exercise is probably one of the things that I will make slip, even though I make it a top priority. But if life does get really insane for various reasons, exercise can slip, and I'll just say, oh yeah, we'll just do it Monday, right? Sleep. I'm just telling you about sleep is so important there, but just remember with sleep, late nights steal recovery time. If you listen to last week's live stream, I talked about sleep, or I talked about recovery. And sleep is so essential for your body's time to recover. Even your brain needs time to recover. Nutrition, okay, the eating well part, and drinking water. Busy schedules, we know, lead to that grab and go choices, right? If we're not properly prepped, if we don't have those specific choice, those specific things that are slightly more healthy, those healthy choices, we tend to just go to the grab and go. I have been here too. I do it. So for me, it's probably exercise and eating well. Those two go hand in hand for me when things get busy. Stress relief. We just forget to slow down. If we're stressed, overwhelmed, right? We forget to slow down. And that's usually an indication that we need to just stop. We need to just take a moment and breathe, sit down, get some quiet time, whatever that might look like for you, whatever stress relief that is going to help you decompress. So balance isn't perfect. It's not about being perfect here. It's about adjusting and not quitting, okay? It's not about just saying, okay, forget the exercise, it's never gonna happen. Forget eating well, forget this, forget that. No, it's about adjusting. It's not about quitting. You need to adjust. So going on, it's about mindset shift, right? I do talk about mindset in my Power Up Your Strength program. I even talk about it in my Stay on the Move monthly membership. We need to reframe all or nothing thinking, okay? It's always about all or nothing. Let me know in the comments if you are an all or nothing. Yeah, let me know. So even 10 minutes can count, right? 10 minutes of something is always better than nothing. Okay, I'm going to say that again. 10 minutes of something is always better than nothing, okay? You can do 10 minutes of exercise. You can do 10 minutes of making a list before you go to the grocery store, of some healthy choices you can have on hand. So you're not grabbing the fast food or the crap or the bag of chips, right? You have 10 minutes, even less than 10 minutes, to just sit and take some deep breaths, journal. All right. So with movement, though, it's the cool thing about movement, the highlight and the power of movement is for mental clarity and energy. Even if it's just for a walk, right? When you walk, when you stretch, even just stretching when I'm feeling like sluggish, sometimes by the afternoon, I'm feeling very sluggish, I will stretch a bunch. And that really does revive me. It boosts my circulation, gets my heart rate going just a little bit, not too high, but just enough where it gets things moving a little bit. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay, I'm ready to kind of get back into something if I need to finish a task. So remember, movement fuels your energy. It doesn't take from it. It depends on what, and I'm just going to put this little thing on the side with that, is that sometimes it depends on the movement, right? And that's what I teach in my programs is, and I ask people when I'm coaching my clients in my programs, like, what kind of movement do you need right now? How are you feeling? How is your energy feeling today? And when people tell me that, when my clients tell me that, then I know how to suggest and recommend the proper type of movement. Maybe they do need some weight training to get that, anxious, frenetic energy out or hit, or maybe they need to go for a walk. Maybe they need to just really just briskly walk with no distractions just to get that energy, moving. And then maybe you need some stretching. You're tired. You're like spent. You need to just stretch. Okay. And that's what I help people with. All right. So here are just a few little strategies just to kind of help you get motivated and inspired to stay active even when you're busy. Okay. So number one is shorten the goal. Whatever your goal is, shorten it a little bit. Maybe when life gets super busy, you're just like, okay, 5 to 10 minutes of movement still moves you forward, even though it's a shorter amount of time, but maybe condensing to 10 minutes of just like stretching, maybe some core, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know, right? Until I talk to my clients of what they need to work on. It's like, maybe that's what you have to condense it down to, 10 minutes. Maybe it's a brisk walk, 10-minute walk around your building that you work in, or outside the building you work in, or your neighborhood if you work at home or you're retired or whatever. All right. Then the next one is stack the habit. If you ever heard of the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, I believe that's the author's name, but if that's wrong, just go by Atomic Habits. He talks a lot about how to stack your habits. It was a game changer for me, that book. So you're basically pairing your, let's say, your exercise or your workout with something you already do, like morning coffee or lunch break, right? Some people will on their lunch. Some people do this. Sometimes people eat their lunch right before lunch, right? They just kind of go through their things and they check emails, and then they go for their walk, right? Or maybe you're a morning exerciser and you go for a walk with your morning coffee. Or maybe you're listening to a walking meditation, right, while you go on to your walk. Or maybe you're listening to an inspirational podcast while you're exercising. Maybe, I'm just pulling these out of nowhere here because I do these. Maybe you, with your morning coffee or tea, put on a little meditation on a meditation app for you to just kind of sit for a moment, to be still, to get clear, to kind of check in with your energy, things like that. You can stack the habits, right, over time. Maybe you don't do that right away, but sometimes people do it right away because that's how busy you may be. And then number 3 is accountability. Use accountability. When someone's checking in on you, you show up, right? Even when the motivation fades away, right? Whether that is a trusted friend, colleague, right? Somebody that is sharing the same struggles and challenges as you and wants to improve health. Those are the people that you want to team up with. And when you know that person is either checking on you or expecting you to check in with them, you're going to do it, right? You're going to do it. You are going to shoot that text to them, one way or another, right? And even with coaches and trainers and group fitness classes, right? That's a form of accountability as well. And that's exactly why I created my Stay on the Move program, because it gives you structure, support, workouts that fit for real life, not a perfect schedule. Absolutely not. My clients in my Stay on the Move membership, they work out at various times of the day. They pick the time of the day that they're like, I know if I do it at this time, it's going to get done. But if I let it go, I'm not going to do it later. I've been there. If I don't do my workout in the morning, it's not happening later. I've tried. I have tried. Unless I'm going to a class or something like that, that's different. But if it's just me, right? I will not do it later. I will do it in the morning. Some people do it later in the day. They want to get through their day, and then it's like, and then I'm going to go to my thing, or I'm going to do my workout. And that is what I teach. And that's why I created that program. It's for busy people. So tying this in a little bit into the program, it's workouts. They're accessible through an app. I use an app called Trainerize, and you can do them anytime, anywhere. The app is on your phone. You can put it on your iPad, or I think you can access it on your laptop. Yes. But for the most part, you just take it wherever you are, and there are the workouts for you. There's a weekly plan that I put in there that adjusts to your schedule. So I just put it in, right? I put in the workouts. I put in the little habits. Sometimes I put different types of habits in there, whether it's reflection questions or journaling, things like that, meal prepping. Different tips. It's not just about working out. It's other lifestyle habits and activities that you can potentially start to habit stack in there. And of course, it's about the accountability. Okay, that's the third thing. Check-ins to keep going, right? How are you going to keep going? Who's going to check in with you to get that thing done? Yeah. That is the way results happen. It's really accountability. I mean, that should be number one up at the top there. Not just workouts. It's about the accountability. It's about that coaching, that time, that group aspect of it. Whether, even though it's in an app, you're seeing everybody else engage, chime in when they've done their activity. That motivates people. That inspires people. And I'm rooting for you all the way along too. And if you don't do something, I check in with you. I'm like, hey, I haven't seen you. Check in your activity. What's going on, right? Because sometimes the app can get glitchy too. So it's like I'm there to help you troubleshoot as well. So that was a lot that I just kind of, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. So here, before I recap everything, I have a really amazing offer. I'm offering an Orange Friday deal. I don't know, right? We have Black Friday, right? The day after Thanksgiving, we have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Orange Friday, October 31st. Who would have thunk, right? Orange Friday deal. If you sign up by October 31st to November 2nd, I'm giving this window, you get 10% off. Right? It's really $250 a month, but you get 10% off. That's $25 off. Okay, can't beat that, because I'm so excited, and I know that you're going to get the results you want, because people who have been doing it are getting the results they want. They're making these activities happen. All right. And I didn't even put this part in here. I apologize, but you also get a monthly one-on-one 30-minute call with me to check in deeper, dive a little bit deeper. You're having specific questions, challenges, and struggles. Maybe you need a little bit of customization with movements, right, that are in the workouts, or maybe you need help. You get that. within that membership. Okay. And if you sign up by October 31st to November 2nd, you can start fresh on that Monday, November 3rd, right out of the gate, and start even before the holidays. Even before the holidays. All right. I'm not even going to talk about holidays. I'm not going to talk about holidays right now. Another live stream for that. Because we know, right? We know how crazy life can get with that. All right. So just to recap, you don't need more time. You just need a plan that fits your time. I'm going to repeat that. You don't need more time. You just need a plan that fits your time, your life, actually, your life. So tell me in the chat, in the comments, wherever you're watching this, what's your biggest challenge when life gets busy, right? Is it exercise, sleep, eating well, stress relief? Okay. And remember those 3 strategies: shorten the goal, stack the habit, use accountability. All right. So I encourage you to take the next step with me. Take advantage of this Orange Friday deal, October 31st to November 2nd, 10% off the Stay on the Move monthly membership program. If you're ready to stop starting over, this is the time to make some progress so that, life doesn't slow you down, right? We don't want that. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. Sorry, my Facebook group friends, that it didn't happen, but you can come to my YouTube channel for that. All right, everyone. Thank you. Have a great day.